Good morning, children. All of you have enjoyed your summer vacation. At the same time, you have completed your homework also. So that's nice. I think now you are more energetic and now you will study seriously. As you know, full effort is full victory. So now you will read and you will prepare for your first summative exam. Today you will start new chapter, that is soil. As you know, soil is one of the most important natural resources. What is a natural resource? A natural resource is a substance that is given by the nature and it is useful for the welfare of the people. How soil is useful? All of you know that it provides food directly or indirectly. Plants grow in the soil and in the soil water and mineral is present. The roots of the plant absorb water and mineral from the soil and then this water and mineral is transported through the stem to the leaf. And all of you know about photosynthesis. In the leaf, chlorophyll is present and on the surface of the leaf, minute pores are present called stomata, through which carbon dioxide enters the leaf. And in the presence of sunlight, the plants prepare their food in the leaf. It is called photosynthesis. And this photosynthesis is possible only in the presence of water. And the soil provides water to the plant. So soil is very important for photosynthesis indirectly. Plants depend on the soil to get water, nutrients, etc. And we cannot prepare our food. We depend on plants to get our food and plant depends on soil. So soil is very important for all plants, for all animals and for human beings also. Soil is a mixture of air, water, minerals, organic matter like humus and some living organisms are also present in the soil. If you will see the composition of soil, you will see 25% is air, 25% is water, 45% is minerals and 5% you will see that is living organism and humus, organic matter. So you see the soil is formed of many important things. All of you see children, the earth, that is the earth has three parts, crust, mantle and core, and the upper part of the crust is soil. Soil is the upper part of the crust. Our planet, the earth, is what? It is the soil. So all of you know what is soil. Now this soil is very important. As I told you that it supports life because it provides water and mineral to the plant and that is very helpful in the process of photosynthesis and plants prepare food and they grow in the soil. So soil is very important. Now you should know how this soil is formed. The soil is formed by the weathering of rocks. Means the rock is broken down into smaller pieces and then it rolls down and gets mixed with the humus and some living organisms also, and then it forms the soil. Now this process of breaking down of parent rock into smaller pieces, it is called weathering. Weathering takes place by some physical and chemical process. Many processes are involved. Some physical, chemical and biological processes are also involved in weathering. Now you will read about the physical agent of weathering like temperature, water. These are physical agents. And first of all you should know how temperature helps in the formation of soil. Okay? You know children, you have read about thermal expansion. Due to heat, solid, liquid and gases expand. In the similar way, due to heat of the sun, the rocks also expand. In the rocks, minerals are there and these minerals expand due to heat of the sun. And due to rainfall or due to fall in the temperature, at night time the temperature falls down. Due to these regions, the rocks become cold and they contract. When they are heated, they expand, and when they cool down, they contract. And this regular contraction and expansion causes cracks in the rock, and it breaks down into smaller pieces. So temperature is very important physical agent that causes cracking in the rocks, which finally leads to the formation of soil. So you have seen that the physical agent first is temperature, next you will see it is water. Sometimes water enters the crevices in the rock. Crevices means दरार, पानी इंटर कर जाता है. Okay? And when water freezes into ice, it exerts high pressure on the rocks, due to which the rocks crack. They break down into smaller pieces. So water also helps in cracking of rocks, and it also helps in the formation of soil. Next you can see wind is also a physical agent that also causes weathering. All these are the agents of physical weathering. Physical weathering includes temperature, water, wind, etc. And you know, wind exerts abrasive action, detaches the particles from the rocks and acts as a carrying agent. Sandstorms in the desert and high winds on the seashore have both erosive and transportive action. Okay? Sometimes you see in the desert there is sandstorm. आंधी आती है और सैंड पूरा उड़ने लगता है, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड सैंड स्टॉर्म. जिसकी वजह से क्या होता है कि डेजर्ट में और सी शोर में भी दोनों जगह जो है वो विंड क्या करते हैं, रॉक्स से पार्टिकल्स को अलग कर देते हैं और उसको कैरी करके दूसरी जगह ले जाते हैं. तो विंड ऑल्सो कॉजेज व्हाट, very important role. Wind plays very important role in the formation of soil. These are the agents of physical weathering. First you have read temperature, second water, third wind. Now you should know children, sometimes plants and animals also play very important role in the formation of soil. Sometimes the roots of the plants like grasses, shrubs, trees, they enter the crevices of the rock. Again, crevices means दरार. उस दरार में रूट कभी कभी रॉक्स पे प्लांट उग जाते हैं, जैसे कुछ श्रब मीन्स मीडियम साइज का प्लांट, कुछ ट्रीज मतलब बड़े साइज का प्लांट, ग्रासेस मतलब हर्ब्स छोटे साइज के प्लांट. And the roots of these plants or the trees or the shrubs enter the crevices of the rocks. रॉक के क्रेविसेस में इंटर कर जाते हैं रूट, एंड दे एक्सर्ट प्रेशर ऑन द रॉक ड्यू टू विच रॉक ब्रेक्स डाउन इनटू स्मॉलर पीसेस and they help in the formation of soil. So you have seen that sometimes lichen all of you have read is a combination of algae and fungi. They are in association with each other and both are useful for each other. Lichen is an association of alga and fungus. Alga provides food to the fungus because fungus is non-green. It does not contain chlorophyll. It cannot prepare its food. So algae provides food to fungus and fungus provides nutrients. Okay, and both are useful for each other. So it is symbiotic relationship you have read. So some alga and some fungi, lichens and mosses grow, and they also help in the formation of soil. In this way you have seen this is biological action. So all these are the agents of physical weathering. Two types of weathering are there, physical weathering and chemical weathering. Now you will see chemical weathering. Chemical weathering takes place sometimes organic acids are released due to decomposition of dead organic matter, and due to decomposition of organic matter some acids are produced, and these organic acids help in the formation of soil. So it is chemical weathering. Next you will see children that the solvent action of water. What is solvent action of water? Water is universal solvent, means it has the property to dissolve many solid, liquid and gases in it. It is called universal solvent, and due to this property the water can dissolve many things in it and can make the process of weathering very fast. Two processes of chemical weathering you have read. First one, the organic acid is produced by the decomposition of organic matter. Okay, when the organic matter decompose, they produce organic acid, and this organic acid helps in formation of soil. Next you have read children that water is universal solvent. Due to this property, water can dissolve a number of substances in it, and these substances can help in making the process of soil formation fast. In this way, you have seen that the soil is formed by the weathering of rocks. Weathering means breaking down of parent rock into smaller pieces, and these smaller pieces roll down and they get mixed with the organic matter, that is humus, and some living organisms are also there, and they form soil. So soil is formed by weathering of rocks, and this weathering is of two types, physical weathering and chemical weathering. What is physical weathering? Weathering that is caused by physical agent like temperature, water, wind. These are agents of physical weathering. How temperature helps in formation of soil? As I told you, during the daytime, due to the heat of the sun, the minerals present in the rock, they expand, and during the night time the rocks contract. You have read about thermal expansion. Any solid, liquid or gas expands on heating. So due to heat of the sun, the minerals of the rocks, they expand during the daytime, and due to rainfall or due to fall in the temperature during the night time, the minerals contract, and this regular contraction and expansion of the minerals present in the rocks causes breaking of rocks, cracking of rocks, and it changes into smaller pieces. So this temperature plays very important role in weathering of rocks. Next you have read, children, that water also plays very important role in weathering. When water enters the crevices and it cools down, changes into ice, and it exerts high pressure on the rocks, due to which the rocks crack and break down into smaller pieces. Next you have seen that the next agent for physical weathering is wind. Sometimes due to sandstorm in the desert or due to high wind on the seashore, you will see that the particles from the rocks are detached and they are carried from one place to another place, and they also help in the formation of soil. So what I mean to say that the soil is formed by weathering of rocks. Weathering may also take place due to plants and animals, like sometimes grass or shrub or trees are found on the rocks, and when their roots enter the crevices of the rocks, and these roots exert high pressure on the rock, and the rock breaks down into smaller pieces. Okay, lichen and mosses also play important role in this process. So all these are the agents of physical weathering. Next you have read that next weathering is chemical weathering, in which chemicals are involved. So it is called chemical weathering. Which chemicals? When the dead organisms are decomposed, not dead, not necessary to be dead, when the organic matter decompose, then they produce acid. Organic acid is produced by the decomposition of organic matter, and this organic acid helps in breaking down of rocks into smaller pieces. So it is chemical agent, and this chemical weathering takes place when the decomposition of organic matter takes place, because organic acid is produced and it causes formation of soil. Next you will see, children, the property of water is it can dissolve a large number of substances in it. It is called universal solvent. Due to this property, the weathering process is made very fast, and the parent rock is converted into soil. So you have seen that the soil is formed by weathering of rocks. Now you will see that sometimes when there is rainfall, why do we have very sweet smell? All of you must have felt when the rain falls, then we get very good smell. From where this smell comes out? It is due to the presence of actinomycetes bacteria, which is present in the soil, and it is caused by bacteria actinomycetes that grow in soil, and when conditions are damp and warm, the soil dries out, the bacteria produce spores in the soil, and the wetness and the pores of rainfall kick these tiny spores up into the air, where the moisture after a rain acts as an aerosol. So you have seen that the bacteria are present in the soil, and these bacteria are actinomycetes. When the rainfall takes place, then the spores of the actinomycetes come in the air, and due to presence of the spore of this actinomycetes bacteria, we have a very sweet smell. बहुत सुंदर खुशबू आती है सौंधा सौंधा जब बारिश होती है, क्योंकि सॉइल में कौन सा बैक्टीरिया है? एक्टिनोमाइसिटीज़। और जब बारिश होती है तो उस बूंद का जो पड़ता है फोर्स तो उससे वो फ्लोट करके एयर में आता है और उसी से वो खुशबू आती है। ठीक है, तो ये हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि सॉइल कैसे बनता है और ये डू यू नो में इतनी बात है। अब फिर आप देखिएगा सॉइल प्रोफाइल। सॉइल प्रोफाइल मीन्स व्हेन यू सी द सॉइल you will see different layers are present in the soil. Okay, the arrangement of these layers in horizon is called soil profile. When you dig the soil from any place, you will see there are different layers in the soil, and the arrangement of these layers is called soil profile, and each layer is called soil horizon. Okay, so this horizon is horizon A, horizon B, C and R. These are the different layers of the soil, and arrangement of this layer is called soil profile. ये अलग, अगर कहीं से आप मिट्टी को थोड़ा नीचे तक खोद के देखते हैं तो हर लेयर का आपको कलर अलग दिखेगा। क्यों? क्योंकि वो अलग अलग लेयर है सॉइल का, और सारे लेयर का अरेंजमेंट जो है इसको हम लोग सॉइल प्रोफाइल कहते हैं। डिफरेंट लेयर्स आर अरेंज्ड इन द सॉइल एंड द अरेंजमेंट ऑफ डिफरेंट लेयर्स in the soil is called soil profile. And what is soil horizon? Each layer is called soil horizon. Like the topmost layer is called horizon A. Okay, and this topmost layer is called top soil. Horizon A, it is top. It is organic layer of soil made of mostly of leaf litter and humus. Humus is present in top layer of the soil. It is O horizon. O stands for organic matter. Humus. Humus is organic matter. So the top layer is organic material, that is humus. And next layer is A horizon, which is top soil. Here I would like to rectify. I had told top layer is A horizon. No. Top layer is O, that is organic material. Organic material means humus. Humus is present in the top soil. So the top layer is O horizon. Okay. Next is A horizon, that is top soil, and this layer is called top soil. It is found below O horizon, and seeds germinate and plants grow in this A horizon. Okay, and it is made of humus mixed with mineral particles. Sometimes in the lower part of A horizon, leaching of minerals and clay content takes place as water drips through this region, and this process of leaching is called illuviation. So second layer is now A topsoil. Next topsoil, next layer is subsoil. And about the soil horizon you will read in the next class. Right now you see the questions which are related to the previous topics, like